Okay, this is the half brain. Some parts of the brain are missing here. Cerebellum is missing here. Cerebellum is missing. Another part you can see, this is the middle oblongata. Then this broad thing is the pons. Then this is the midbrain. This part is midbrain. And inside the midbrain you can see one cavity there. Cavity. This cavity is called as cerebral aqueduct. This cavity inside the midbrain. Then this is the diencephalon. This part, diencephalon. And this entire thing is the cerebellum.
I don't know, right?
Cerebellum.
No, right.
So cerebellum was here.
Recording.
So this is the, you can see 5 parts of brain here. Middle oblongata, pons, midbrain, diencephalon, and the cerebellum. Again, this is the half brain. You can see this is the left half of the brain. This is the cerebrum. And then this part here, this part is called diencephalon. This area. This diencephalon.
I keep them.
Then below this is this part, this is the midbrain. And inside the posterior part of midbrain, you can see this cavity inside. This is called as cerebral aqueduct. Cerebral aqueduct. It's a cavity of the midbrain. This entire thing is the midbrain. Now this broad portion is called as pons. This pons. And down this is the middle oblongata. And this is cerebellum. And in front of cerebellum you can see this cavity. This cavity.
Fourth ventricle.
That's called as fourth ventricle.
Yeah, that's right.
This cavity.
Fourth ventricle.
The cavity just in front of cerebellum. Fourth ventricle. You can see the cerebrum. The cerebrum is made of 2 parts. Each half is called as cerebral hemisphere. This right cerebral hemisphere, this left cerebral hemisphere. The cerebrum. Then this is cerebellum. Cerebellum. And this is the parts of brain stem in front of cerebellum. This is the middle oblongata. And this is the pons. And the midbrain is not here in this one, it's more up there, midbrain. So you can make out middle oblongata, and you can see the pons, this pit there is the white pit there, then cerebellum. You cannot see the diagonal one here, and midbrain is not as clear as well, okay? The full brain. Okay, next we'll go to the spinal cord. Spinal cord, and we can see that these are the spinal nerves attached to the spinal cord, 31 on this side and 31 on this side. So this is spinal cord, and you can see something cut here. So this shows the spinal cord. These are the coverings of spinal cord. Coverings. There are 2 coverings you can see here. This one is arachno matter and thick one outside, then scleral matter. They are together. This is arachno matter and dura matter. The pia matter you cannot see, it's closely covered for spinal cord. Pia matter. So this is spinal cord with the pia matter. And you can see the lower end of the spinal cord. It's the lower end of the spinal cord. And you can see that below this level, there is no spinal cord. You can see a bunch of spinal nerves there. It's called as cauda equina. Cauda equina. Equina means horse. Cauda means tail. Tail of horse. Okay? If you see the lower end of the spinal cord, it is narrow. It becomes tapering. This tapering end of the spinal cord, this one, is again this part. This narrow end here. This is called as conus medullaris. Conus medullaris. And to the tip of conus medullaris, you can see something attached here. This red line structure. You can see one blue thread is attached there. Right there. So this is called as phylum terminale. Phylum terminale. Attached to the conus medullaris. The conus medullaris is the lower end of the spinal cord. This is the lower end of the spinal cord, conus medullaris. So we have some models. In this we can see entire the vertebrae, and in center of the vertebrae, in the vertebral canal, you can see the spinal cord, section of spinal cord. And this is the front of the spinal cord here, inside. This is the back. You can see the spine of the vertebrae here. This is spinal vertebrae, so this is the back, this is the front here. Then there's a covering here, which you can see labeled 2630. This covering which is close to spinal cord, that's what has pia mater. And you can see the groove going inside, depression going inside here, the anterior median fissure.
Here. Yeah.
The next covering is outside here. I think it's labeled 12. Next covering. You can see this one. Next covering. That's for arachno matter. Then there is a thin gap. Thin gap is there. A narrow gap is there. This gap. This one has subdural space. Then after you can dura matter. So this dura matter, inside the arachno matter is there. Then this big gap is there called as suberectron space. Then this is the spinal nose. Spinal nose. On each side you can see that yellow color thing. Spinal nose. That's the spinal cord. And if this is the center of the spinal cord, inside the spinal cord you can see this is gray matter. And gray matter of two sides, connected by a gray commissure. It contains some canal inside it. Cavity you can see that. That's called central canal of spinal cord. This cavity is called central canal of spinal cord. And this is the white matter which surrounds the gray matter. The gray matter contains some parts there. This front part of the gray matter, which is very broad, is called as anterior or ventral gray column. This back part becomes narrow. This is called as dorsal or posterior gray column. The white matter contains some parts there. This part of white matter is called as posterior white column, also called a posterior funiculus. Then this part is called as lateral white column or lateral funiculus, and this is anterior white column or anterior funiculus. So any part of the white matter can be asked like exam, spotters exam, and can be asked, the question can be asked is, name any two tracks present in this, or name any two ascending tracks, or two descending tracks present in this part of the white matter. Okay? So, we can identify the covering of spinal cord and structure like gray and white matter. We have one more specimen here. This is a section of spinal cord showing white matter and gray matter. Again, you want to identify the different parts of the gray matter, gray commissure, and different parts of white matter. Many parts can be asked in the spotters. And again, this one here, gray matter, white matter here in this specimen. And this is the front. There's a thing on fissure on the front here. It's called anterior median fissure. Right. And then here you can see this is anterior lateral sulcus, and this is also anterior lateral sulcus. And you can see these are the structure attached to the anterior lateral sulcus. These are the rootlets of the ventral root. These are the rootlets of the ventral root attached to the anterior lateral sulcus. See, these are the spinal nodes. Spinal nodes. They have two roots. Ventral root on the front and dorsal root behind. How do I identify dorsal root? You can see an enlargement of the dorsal root. This is called as dorsal root ganglion, also called as spinal ganglion. What it contains inside it? It contains cell bodies of pseudo-unipolar neurons. Inside this cell bodies of pseudo-unipolar neurons. And if you trace the roots, they divide into rootlets. They divide into rootlets. And rootlets have the spinal cord. Okay? So that is the spinal cord. So we have some specimens like this. This is the back, or you can say the vertebral column. The back of the vertebrae is like that. This is the ribs. Okay, this is the spinal cord. Okay, so covering is lifted here. These are directly together. Then spinal cord inside. Okay. So we find similar specimens. This one specimen here, cadaver is there. So you can identify there also. The backbone is cut from behind, and the spinal cord and coverings you can see. There are some specimens there. You can see this one and that one. You can identify the spinal cord. I think here is labeled 12 and it's labeled 13 on that specimen. This is brainstem. This is the middle obligatum, and this broad structure is called as pons, and this is the midbrain. Midbrain is damaged on the front. So in the middle obligatum, in the midline, you can see one groove here on the midline. It is similar to spinal cord. It's very deep. It's called anterior median fissure. Then on the sides, you find this side also, you find this side also. This is called as anterolateral sulcus. Anterolateral sulcus. You don't know what's in anterolateral sulcus? That is hypoglossal nerve, 12th cranial nerve, attached to this sulcus. Then if you go a little away there, from the midline, still behind, this groove is there. This is called a posterior lateral sulcus. To this posterior lateral sulcus, 3 nerves are there. 9, 10 and 11 cranial nerves are there here. That is glossopharyngeal, vagus, accessory, attached here. These two sulcus divide the outer surface of medulla into 3 parts. This part, the anterior part here. This one. Between the anterior median fissure and the anterolateral sulcus, this area. This is called pyramid. So you write here of exams, and next question can be asked is, what does it contain in it? Or name the fibers running through it. And the possible spinal fibers present in it. What is the effect of its damage or lesion? So it results in contralateral hemiplegia. The opposite side muscles are paralyzed. Okay? That is the pyramid. Then between the anterolateral sulcus and posterior lateral sulcus, this lateral region is there, and there you can see an oval-shaped bulging there. You can see this oval-shaped elevation. This is called as olive. 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 Again, you don't know what lines give to olive. What lines give to olive, or what produces olive? Inferior olivar nucleus. Inferior olivar nucleus. Next to the olive, next to posterior lateral sulcus, if this part is pin. This one. Okay, next to olive, next to posterior lateral sulcus. This is called as inferior cerebellar peduncle. Inferior cerebellar peduncle connects the cerebellum and the middle obligatum. It contains fibers going to cerebellum and fibers going out from cerebellum. It contains afferents of cerebellum. It contains efferents of cerebellum. You have to know some fibers present in it. Question can be asked, name any 2 afferents present in it. Name any 2 afferents of cerebellum present in it. Name any 2 efferents of cerebellum present in it. Efferent means from cerebellum going out, like cerebellum olivary, cerebellum vestibular. So starting from cerebellum, going to other regions, cerebellum olivary. Afferent of cerebellum means going to cerebellum, like olivocerebellar, vestibulocerebellar. That's what you are writing in the middle obligator. Pyramid, olive, inferior cerebellar peduncle, and 2 features you are writing: anterolateral sulcus and posterior lateral sulcus. And next part you are seeing here.
That's inferior.
It's the broadest part of the brainstem, and this will continue laterally here. If you press it laterally, it will continue with the middle cerebellar peduncle. This is the middle cerebellar peduncle. This one. The lateral continuation of pons is the middle cerebellar peduncle. It goes to cerebellum. So again, in the middle cerebellar peduncle, question can be asked: what lies or what are the fibers present in it? It contains only one type of fibers, that is pontocerebellar fibers. Then on the front of the pons, you find one vertical groove there on the front of the pons, and that's called as basilar sulcus. The vertical groove on the front of the pons. This is called as basilar sulcus, and this contains one artery in it. An artery related to this sulcus. Basilar artery. Basilar sulcus, basilar artery. So this surface of pons is called ventral surface of pons. Behind you find this dorsal surface of pons. Behind is damaged dorsal surface.
Basilar artery. Basilar sulcus and basilar artery.
Again, this is one more part of the brainstem. The middle obligator, you can see that. This is the pons, and this is the basilar sulcus. Front of the pons, basilar sulcus. and here is the middle cerebral peduncle this side, middle cerebral peduncle. To the ventral surface of pons, there is a nerve attached. You can see this one is cut here, this now. You can see on this side also it's cut here inside. This is called trigeminal nerve, fifth cranial nerve, trigeminal nerve attached to the ventral surface of pons on this side. Now this is the back of the pons, back of the surface of pons. Okay. Okay. Again, this is the section of the brain here. This is the middle oblongata, and this is the pons. This is the ventral surface of pons on the front. This is the back, dorsal surface of pons, and that's related to the fourth ventricle. We form the floor of the fourth ventricle, dorsal surface, and this is the take section of the pons. The pons contain two parts. You can see the front part here. This part is dark colored, and this part you can see somewhat light colored. So this dark colored area on the front is called as basilar part of pons. This light colored area on the back here, this is called as tegmentum of pons. Tegmentum contains some ascending fibers in it. It also contains some nuclear cranial nerves. We are going to study about that nuclear cranial nerves later. They are present in the tegmentum. What you find in the basilar part of pons? It contains some gray matter. It contains some neurons, cell bodies of neurons. That's the pontine nuclei. So name the gray matter present in this part. Pontine nuclei. The pontine nuclei you can see here. It also contains some descending fibers coming down. Descending fibers. They are also present in this part. Like example is corticospinal, corticopontine, corticonuclear. They are present in this part of pons. That's the basilar part. Corticospinal, corticopontine, corticonuclear fibers present here. All come from the cerebral cortex. But that's about the pons. Next is the midbrain. So this part you are seeing is the midbrain above the pons. This is the midbrain. This is the front of the midbrain. Ventral surface of midbrain. And to the ventral surface, there is a nerve attached. It's an oculomotor nerve. You cannot see this nerve specimen. Third cranial nerve, oculomotor nerve, attached to the front of the midbrain. And trochlear nerve attached to the back of the midbrain. And midbrain contains one cavity inside it. That's called a cerebral aqueduct. So questions can be asked on cerebral aqueduct also. The cerebral aqueduct is a cavity of the midbrain. It connects two other cavities. It connects fourth ventricle to third ventricle. Third ventricle is here, somewhere here, up here. Fourth ventricle is here. Between the two ventricles, the connection is there. That's called as cerebral aqueduct. So cerebral aqueduct connects third and fourth ventricles. Cerebral aqueduct is a cavity of midbrain. On the back of the midbrain, this is the dorsal surface of midbrain. You can see you find four elevations, two on each side. This one, lower one. That's called as inferior colliculus. Inferior colliculus, and it's very prominent. The upper one is here. This upper one. That is superior colliculus. This inferior colliculus down. This superior colliculus. They are on the back of the midbrain. I'll show one more specimen. Here one. This one is a pons. If you go up, this is midbrain. This is the front of the midbrain is damaged. So I'll turn it. The back of the midbrain. This area is the back of the midbrain. You can see four elevations. One here, inferior colliculus. This is also inferior colliculus. This is superior colliculus. This is also superior colliculus. Okay, this is the 4 elevations: 1, 2, inferior colliculus, and 2 superior colliculus. And the fourth is the rest of the midbrain.
Two different types, superior and inferior.
Again, this is the brain stem, back of the brain stem you see. This is the back of the midbrain, or dorsal surface of midbrain. You can see this is inferior colliculus. This is also inferior colliculus, superior colliculus, superior colliculus. Okay, this is inferior colliculus down, and this is superior colliculus. Okay, we'll take a section of the midbrain. If you take a section of midbrain, you can see like this. This is the front of the midbrain, this is the back of the midbrain. Okay, close to the back of midbrain, inside the midbrain, you can see this one. It's a cavity which is called before, and it's cerebral aqueduct. It's close to the back of the midbrain. It's inside the midbrain. It's called cerebral aqueduct. In each half, the midbrain contains 3 parts. You take each half of midbrain, it contains 3 parts. You can see a dark color area here, one line outline, one line there. Here also you can see this side. This is called a substantia nigra. Substantia nigra. Area in front of substantia nigra, this one. Most front of the midbrain. That's called as crus cerebri. You can see here also. Crus cerebri, most anterior part of the midbrain, crus cerebri. So behind substantia nigra, this part, this is called as tegmentum. So 3 parts are there: crus cerebri, substantia nigra, and tegmentum. Crus cerebri is made up of descending fibers, like you find in the base of the part of pons. Same one you find here: corticospinal, corticonuclear, corticopontine. They are present here also. So before going to pons, before going to basal part of pons, descending fibers run here. Substantia nigra is made up of pigmented neurons. Neurons have pigment. And substantia nigra, any damage in substantia nigra results in Parkinson's disease. It's a tegmentum. It contains ascending fibers. It also contains some cranial nerve nuclei, nuclei of cranial nerves. Example 126, you can see sections of the brain stem. You will see mainly the B, section B. This section of the pons, section of midbrain. Section of midbrain. This is the front of the midbrain here. Front here. This is the back. Close to back, you can see one cavity inside that. The cavity is called as cerebral aqueduct. The cavity is called cerebral aqueduct. This is the back of the midbrain. Front. And you can see each half of midbrain is divided into 3 parts. This part is called as crus cerebri. The substantia nigra.
CRUS.
This area
CRUS.
is called as tegmentum. Tegmentum. This was tegmentum. This was tegmentum. Substantia nigra, crus cerebri. Tegmentum of 2 sides connected with each other. Connected with each other.
Substantia gelatin. Substantia nigra is the next one. You have specimen somewhat like this. You can see that. This is also again half of the brain, not entire brain. This is the pons, the middle oblongata, and cerebellum. Okay. This outer surface, the middle oblongata, identify structures like pyramid, olive, inferior cerebral peduncle, and 2 sulcus. Okay? The outer surface of middle oblongata. You can see the bit only, and still go back inferior cerebellar peduncle. So this contains three structures: cerebellum, middle oblongata, and pons. I mean, if it's been here, somewhere here, it's not pons. More away. That's the middle cerebellar peduncle. Middle cerebellar peduncle. The pons will continue as the middle cerebellar peduncle. If we check the my learning, this one word file is uploaded.